So, Rob, we normally don't cover too many deaths on the show that often. We had one today, unfortunately. Mitzi Shore, a name synonymous with the Comedy Store and comedy itself. When you think of Mitzi Shore, you can think of names ranging from Jim Carrey to Robin Williams to David Letterman to her own son, Pauly Shore. Whether you like him or not, it's a sad day for him, too, because he lost his mother. But just the same, you know, she was somebody who was involved with the lives of other great comedians that we could just go on all day long listing. Andrew Dice Clay, Sam Kinison, Bob Saget. The list goes on and on and on and on. Richard Pryor, I think, if I didn't mention him already.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of a big deal to you, Rob, since you are a stand-up comedian, and this was probably somebody you had your heart set on meeting someday, I imagine.
Well, at some point, I mean, if you travel in those circles, I mean, there's certain people who you eventually, you know, hope to run into, and you know, so she was very influential in the biz, in the biz. Listen to me sound like I know what I'm doing, but but yeah, she was very influential. I mean, she could open a lot of doors for you. Like I said, stage time at the Comedy Store was everything back in the day, back in the 80s. I mean, if you made it to the stage, I mean, at the Comedy Store,
right,
and if Mitzi liked you, there right. was, and the thing is, she was very benevolent. Maybe it's the wrong word, but she took care of a lot of the comedians. Like Eddie Griffin said that she took him off the street, and you know, she oftentimes provided a place for them to stay. Believe it or not, they would stay at the
very supportive, very hands-on. Yeah,
a very a matriarchal figure in the world of stand-up. She passed away at 87 years old from Parkinson's disease. Sadly, the tributes were pouring in. Eddie Griffin tweeted, "She got me off the streets, gave me a place to stay. I worked 2 jobs, doorman and paid comic."
Sam Kinison also worked at the door. Yeah,
and he developed a drug habit there, but we won't talk about that. From Kathy Griffin, whether you like her or not, I'm not too crazy about her, but Mitzi Shore was a pioneer who gave more comics their start than I could count. I did my first legit comedy gig at the store. She was a woman in a male-dominated business who pulled no punches, something I always admired. My heart goes out to Pauly Shore and the entire Shore family.
Jim Carrey did a loving tribute, too.
Oh, yeah, Jim Carrey did a loving tribute. Jim Carrey said, "The great Mitzi Shore, owner of the famous Comedy Store, has passed away. No words can express the gratitude I have for her. We met in 1979. She opened the door to my dreams. If she loved you, you did well. If she didn't, you did something else. I will love her forever." Whitney Cummings, "I love you, Mitzi Shore. Rest in peace. Thank you for giving me a family and a home." From Mark Maron, "Mitzi Shore made an indelible mark on comedy and my brain. You're a poet. You should wear a scarf on stage. Rest in peace." Patton Oswalt, "Rest in peace, Mitzi Shore. I should have taken the doorman job when you offered it to me." From Al Madrigal, formerly The Daily Show, "Rest in peace, Mitzi Shore. She was and will forever be the most innovative and influential person in stand-up comedy. The Comedy Store is not just a club, but a community where I've met friends that I will have for the rest of my life. Mitzi, love you. You're impossible to follow." From Arsenio Hall, "This is a very sad day for the family of stand-up comics on the planet. Mitzi Shore was my friend and owner of the Comedy Store on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles. Rest in peace, 87 years young."
These were all quotes from years ago, but Andrew Dice Clay said, "When she first met me, I'm not tooting my own horn. I was 21 years old," and she said, "There's never been a comic other than Lenny Bruce, who's a very handsome comic, and you have that whole Travolta-Stallone look, and you're going to be a huge movie star." Bob Saget said, "You were either Mitzi's son, nephew, or lover. You'd call in on Monday or Tuesday for spots. If you didn't get a spot one week or got bad ones, you wondered what you had done to upset Mitzi." And Jay Leno also said, "She should get a lot of credit. If something happens on your watch, you get credit for it. I like the fact that she had a club, that she's a woman, and you're in an extremely harsh business." A very influential person in the business.
Yeah. Like I said, very influential. So many comics passed through the Comedy Store. Very influential. One of the giants in the comedy business, will definitely be missed.